While some of us have all the means to travel and explore every corner of the world, visiting the most amazing places, tasting the most amazing foods, not everyone is this lucky, as most of us are stuck at home on our couches watching YouTube videos all day long. Nothing wrong with that though. After all, traveling does take a lot of energy and requires you to almost be a billionaire for post-COVID travel. No pressure on our side though, we just have to make sure to give you guys the best virtual summaries. Welcome back to the Grand Luxury. In today's video, we are going to explore some pretty medieval structures. That's right, here we will look at the 10 most expensive palaces in the world. Before we go knocking on some pretty expensive cribs, please pause the video and let us know in the comments below on any palaces you've ever gone to. Make sure to give us plenty of love by smashing up that like button, hitting the subscribe icon, and following us by turning on that bell notification to all. Done? Let's crash the first palace. 10. Windsor Castle UK. Right after conquering England, William the Conqueror had to prove his authority by building the most magnificent structure the world has ever seen. That's how Windsor Castle came to be with its Georgian-style architecture, home to numerous state apartments, vast array of antiquities, and one hell of an art collection, some of which are probably stolen from South Asian countries, but we'll ignore that for today. This castle is one of the biggest residences in the world, having around 1,000 rooms spanned across some 484,000 square feet of space. It sits on 13 acres of land, so plenty of room to stretch your legs. The $326 million palace also features St. George's Chapel on its ground, which serves as the location for royal marriages. You may remember that Harry and Meghan tied the knot here in 2018, and despite the bad memories created by that marriage, the late Queen made this her permanent home. Well, it seems like the ghosts of past memories weren't haunting her as badly anymore. Scars heal all wounds, right? 9. Aksaray Palace, Turkey. Turkey is no stranger to a rich history, and Aksaray Palace is just one magnificent example of medieval structures present there. Although nothing is medieval about its high price tag, as it is currently valued at $1.2 billion. It'll only go medieval on your if you try to purchase it. The palace is an example of slow and steady wins the race, as it was built over 24 years, beginning in 1830 and ending in 1404. With plenty of renovations having been done, it features some 1,150 rooms, more than enough space to house all of your closest friends. The palace is bigger than the White House of the United States, the Kremlin in Moscow, and even the Palace of Versailles in France. Wow! 8. Dolmabahce Palace, Istanbul, Turkey. Of course, one castle is never enough. Back in 1843, Sultan Abdülmecit started to feel as if Topkapi Palace he was living in was simply not modern enough, lacked style and comfort. He wanted something more like the Europeans, modern and luxurious. Workers immediately got to work, and the fortress was adorned with gold and crystal to hide the Ottoman Empire's financial downfall. Because nothing screams success like a $1.9 billion palace, there are 285 rooms, 68 restrooms, 6 hammams, and 44 halls at Dolmabahce. That's quite a deceptive display of power in our books. 7. Istana Nurul Iman Palace, Brunei. When Brunei finally won independence from Britain, they celebrated by giving Windsor Castle a run for its money. Their first line of action was to build a grander, more luxurious palace, and well, they succeeded. The palace, according to Istana Nurul Iman, cost $1 billion to build and was designed by Leonardo V. Loxin. Since then, its cost has tripled and is currently valued at $3.9 billion. The 20,000 square meters of space comprises 1,788 rooms, 257 bathrooms, and 5 swimming pools. It has a banquet hall large enough to accommodate 5,000 people, a 110-car parking garage, and of course, a stunning mosque. How peaceful. 6. Winter Palace, Russia. Peter the Great's Great Winter Palace is the most well-known structure in St. Petersburg and is priced at a whopping $6.44 billion. It's called the Winter Palace because every Tsar of the Romanov dynasty spent their winter months over there. Incidentally, the palace had over 400 stoves to heat such a large space, as one of the major roles was it being the main residence of the emperors for more than 150 years. Something about these structures and being able to house around 1,000 rooms. Back in 1917, it was transformed into a state hermitage museum, and only part of it is exposed to the public, while the rest of it remains a mystery. Interestingly, during World War I, it was used as a military hospital. During World War II, it was used as a bomb shelter. Let's hope it doesn't go through a third world war anytime soon. Do you wish you could visit one of these? If so, give us a thumbs up. Don't really care much for palaces and using this video to fall asleep? Also give us a thumbs up. Otherwise, we've got some other famous ones coming up, such as the Buckingham Palace and Palace of Versailles, of course. Stay tuned. 5. Buckingham Palace UK. While the late Queen Elizabeth preferred Windsor Castle for her permanent home, Buckingham Palace takes the trophy for being larger, grander, and way more luxurious. Not only is it valued at an overwhelming $7.2 billion, it has been the monarch's official residence since the 1820s. It is one of the most noticeable palaces in the world today. Since it has to cater to 50,000 invited and uninvited guests, it has more than 775 rooms, including 92 offices and 52 royal and guest beds. While the security for this palace is top-notch, it didn't stop young Edward Jones from breaking into the palace 3 times. Well, he was also caught 3 times, but somehow or the other, he managed to steal Her late Majesty's underwear. Don't worry, he has been exiled to Brazil, he's their problem now. 4. Tokyo Imperial Palace, Japan. Back in World War II, this palace was completely destroyed, but the Japanese started working on rebuilding the entire structure in a similar design with all the grandiosity they could muster. Unfortunately, we can't witness it in detail as the Imperial Palace is closed to tourists except on January 2nd for the New Year's greeting and on February 23rd, the Emperor's birthday. Some have put a value on the palace at approximately $852 billion. Really? We don't think so, but yeah, okay, we'll put it on the list here for the moment. 3. Louvre Palace, France. Coming in at a whopping $45.5 billion, we have this famous gem. Stepping into this palace is like teleporting into a fairy tale just because of how stunning it is. Back in 1546, Francis I ordered the demolition of the ancient castle in Paris so that Pierre Lescot could build this one. Despite the luxuries offered in this place, unfortunately, it is no longer used as a house and a museum has been built instead, so that you can come and witness how every monarchy must come to an end. Interestingly, throughout history it has been used for anything really. From a prison to a place of worship to residences and a research facility, it's had it all. A list so long we don't have time to bring it all up here today, so look into it further, guys. 2. Palace of Versailles, France. If you want to truly understand why the French Revolution happened, then you can take one look at this palace and you'll know. With a palace as luxurious and picturesque as the Palace of Versailles, who wouldn't want to end the monarchy and take this palace for themselves? Priced at a crazy $50.7 billion, it was originally built as a hunting lodge for Louis XIII. However, the Palace of Versailles was later constructed by his successor, who dubbed himself the Sun King. The castle, which contains more than 350 residences, is built in a Baroque and Rococo style and has a large park filled with enormous sculptures. Ooh la la! 1. Forbidden City Complex, China. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the best of them all? If we're judging solely by numbers, then it seems like China has won this round as well. The Forbidden City Complex in Beijing is the best preserved wooden construction, is 3 times bigger than the Louvre, and has a price tag of $69.6 billion. To finish the construction, more than 1 million workers and 100,000 artisans toiled for 14 years. As the Chinese believe that the God of Heaven has 10,000 rooms, the Forbidden City, which has housed more than 24 emperors, is said to have 9,999.5 chambers, of course in the attempts to not one-up God. And that concludes our video today of the 10 most expensive palaces in the world. So which one will you be looking to purchase soon? Let us know in the comments below. Before you leave, please remember to smash the like button and make sure to share with all your friends. It helps us out tremendously as we are a growing channel and want to be able to provide you guys with more great content. It's the only way we can do so if you help us get there. We want to continue giving you guys 3 videos every single week. Until then, please look at some of our other great content. Bye for now.